Today I want to talk about, are you afraid of the dark? If you're not too familiar with it, it's essentially a horror kids show. But I want to start watching them again as an adult, and watching them as an adult, it's more of a comedy. It's a good old time to be watching these with friends and just making fun of it. It's Goosebumps before Goosebumps. But today I want to go over probably the best episode, and that is The Tale of the Full Moon. So the episode starts out with Frank and everybody celebrating Frank's first story that he told, the Phantom Cab or something.
You might say, I sort of died.
And they're going around in this circle, and it's a little bit cringe, just everything they're saying.
With a
How the story begins is our main characters, Jed and Huey, have a pet agency for rescuing animals. We have Jed collecting catnip, mouse toys, our cheeseburger toy, and Huey brings up, why are we charging Mrs. Neville $20 to find her cat? And this little sociopath, Jed, he's going, yeah, well, it's $20 to buy a puppy from the pet store. And Huey goes, didn't your mom say no, you can't have a dog? And Jed's like, and he shows a picture of just a random dog behind like a fence. He's like, not until she sees this baby, then she'll say yes. And Jed goes, oh, yeah, like at least when I get a dog, I won't have to play fetch with you. And Huey goes, yeah, I hate getting the splinters in my tongue. Again, like, this guy's a psychopath. He's literally forcing this poor boy to play fetch with him, to LARP as a fucking dog for him. And Jed's kind of scrambling around as well, and he's looking for his dog whistle, and he sits down and it goes right up his ass, but pulls it right out of his ass, and he just blows right onto it. And again, like a little psychopath, he just hears all these dogs howling, and he's like, fuck, I create this torment. The next scene starts, and they're going to look for Misty, Mrs. Neville's cat. And this scene goes on for way too long. They are just going around saying, here, kitty, kitty, here, Misty, here, Misty. And it goes on for like 3 minutes straight. I'm not even kidding on this. So Huey sees this. It's literally a wig. You can't mistake it for a cat. He has the greatest idea of, I'm gonna fucking pounce on this cat. And he sprints and he leaps over like a 6-foot fence for this thing. Commitment. You gotta respect that from Huey. But he grabs it, he lands in the grass, and of course he notices it's a wig, and he looks up to this hulking Russian woman. You can very much tell by those goddamn eyebrows. And he looks at the wig and he realizes what he's done, and he puts this fucking shit-eating grin of, I'm sorry. I'm just a kid. I'm just a baby.
I'm a little baby.
And so we go back to Jed, and he finds Misty's collar, and he's on the radio, the walkie-talkie with Huey, and he finds out that it's leading to the house right across from his. There's this sick fucking gothic door it's kind of a red flag. Jed goes up to knock on the door, and there is a garbage can right next to the door. There's some dead cats in that goddamn garbage. But Jed continues to be a detective, and he starts looping around the house. He's finding more collars, more cat collars, more dog collars. But now he's just fucking snooping on this neighbor. He's going up to his back sliding door, and he's watching this man bring out a huge ground beef or something. He puts it in a bowl. He starts preparing his meal, and he gets a call. So he starts going upstairs. Jed just opens up his door, and he wants to investigate more. A little asshole. And he gets in. He looks at the meat, he smells the meat, he's disgusted by it. He goes to the fridge, and he opens up the fridge, and there's a bunch of meat in there. And again, assuming this little boy is going, oh my god, this is all dogs and cats. Being as discreet as he can be, he slams the fridge door. And then Huey's blasting on the radio, hey bro, hey, I gotta go home. I gotta go home for dinner. And the guy upstairs is on the phone. He's like, I gotta call you back. I think I hear something downstairs. Jed's just like, holy shit, I gotta get out of here. And then Jed runs out and he gets caught on a nail that magically appears on the door. It wasn't there before.
Did you see it?
Also, just fucking unhook yourself, man. But the neighbor finally makes it downstairs, sees that his sliding door is open, and he's looking out like fucking monkey man he is. He's, and Jed's just hiding like 2 feet away in front of him by the fence.
Oh God.
This fucking shirt even ripped? I don't think it is. Jed does the genius idea of just bolting it right in front of him, and miraculously again, the neighbor just doesn't see right in front of him. So Jed finally gets home and he's complaining to his mom about this. She's telling her the entire story of this dude is eating cats. He's eating our cats. And Jed's mom is just, dude, like, you're just a little liar. You're just saying this to me so you can rescue all the strays off of the street and take them into my goddamn house. We don't have money. We don't have fucking money to take care of a dog. Got no money in your 2-story house in your brand new neighborhood. But Jed keeps on complaining and he tells his mom, yeah, I bet Dad would get me a dog, you bitch. And it does like a slow camera on her face. And this very like sad organ music starts playing, and you're like, oh God, oh his dad's probably dead. Okay, we're getting a little bit into the backstory and everything about how the family is. It slowly zooms over to a picture of the mom, the dad, and Jed, and a hard cut off on the organ music as she slams down the picture of the family. She just says, creep. That got me thinking, you got me on the first half with the sad organ music of, this guy's fucking dead. And then you put a creep in it. So, and this guy looks pretty old, and she looks pretty young. So, all I could think really is pedophile. He's a pedophile or a cheater. Look at that fucking, you can tell there's a ponytail behind that. Pedo ponytail. Wait, they have a fake, I just realized this. They have a fake fishbowl. This woman's just against pets. Even goldfish are too expensive for this woman. And so Jed goes upstairs and he brings out his fancy camcorder for a family with no money. And a nice TV you could hook it up to with a family with no money. It's either the father had a lot of money and that divorce got her good. Got her set on the house and everything in there. Or just all of the above. Just dead pedophile. But he's spying on the neighbor. The neighbor comes into frame perfectly into the window for him to start transforming into a werewolf. And Jed goes, holy fuck, I did it. Mom! He comes in and she does this funny little, and she goes, there's literally nothing there, kid. What you want me to do? You're a little liar and I hate you. You were a mistake. He's got a little dog photo on his monitor. I didn't notice that. It's the same dog. But, Mom, I swear! It's right here. I have it on tape. And he's fiddling around with the camcorder. And little doofus doesn't know how it works, so Mom gets fed up and goes, go the fuck to bed. We'll talk about this in the morning. You're being a little bitch right now. I can't deal with you right now. And so, they don't talk about it in the morning. Now first, I wanted to go over this kid's bed real quick. Look at this bedroom of a family with no money. Either times are different or your mom's a liar. Look at all these knickknacks, that TV, that camcorder, this sick motorcycle lamp. Go cry in poorness in your NASCAR bed. This woman is a liar. They have money. She just hates pets. This poor, narcissistic, psychopathic boy just wants a dog. Next scene, Jed and Huey are talking about a book they found about shapeshifters. They're going over lycanthropy, mesoschmigabligly, and the weaknesses of a werewolf. A pure silver, they're allergic to roses. Jed's being a little asshole. He's like, I know! You fucking idiot. Also, he's like, let's just trap him in all we need to do is trap him in a flower shop. And we get back to Jed's mom, and she's feeling herself up. She's looking hot because she's got a date tonight. She's got everything ready. She's got the food ready, the mood, the music, the mood music. And Jed comes downstairs and he's going, yo,
You got a date? No fucking way. A fucking broad like you got, Mom.
And so the doorbell rings, and it's the neighbor with red roses. The beautiful, beautiful middle-aged man. And he goes, I'm here to flick some beans and play some slip and slide with your mom all night, kid. And then Jed has a mental breakdown right in front of him. Now they're all sitting down, having their dinner, and look at all this. Look at this fucking colorful feast. Don't tell me you don't want to fucking eat that. There's like jelly beans and macaroni and is that meatballs? The fuck is this actually? And so they're making small talk, and they're like, and the mom's going on. It's like, oh, like, where'd you come from before we're here? Do you like it here? The neighbor's just like, yeah, it's nice. I'm liking it. It's a lot nicer people here. And bastard Jed's just like, where'd you come from? Transylvania? And he goes, no, Seattle. And she's like, hey, sorry, do you want some more yams? He's like, I'd love to. As he's reaching out his hand, Jed just stabs him with a fork and goes, ha! I'm gonna show you. And he goes to the window and it reveals the full moon. He's like, she's gonna change. He's gonna change, Mom. Just look. It's just sitting there, like, yeah, bro. Like, nah, it's okay. Totally fine. I get it. Kids are fucking stupid. Man comes in with red roses. Man gets stabbed by silver. How many hints do you gotta take, brother? He's just a normal guy. The mom's pissed off, sends him up to his room, and she comes in later going, hey, you little fucking shit, I'm gonna get coffee with this man, and I'm gonna get dick down. And Jed just can't take it. He can't believe it that this man is not a werewolf. Maybe he's just a furry. Maybe he was just putting on his furry suit. You never know, kid. Stop judging him. But he calls up Huey again, and Huey, man knows how to take care of himself. He's doing a spa day, you know, living life, not caring. And then Jed calls to ruin it all. He goes, we gotta go into my neighbor's house to figure out what the fuck is going on. So Huey I'm having a stroke. Unrelentingly goes. But they finally, they get to the back of the neighbor's house again, and Huey's gone, well, how the fuck do we get in? The door's locked. And Jed comically pulls out a huge crowbar out of his JanSport backpack. But Jed has an agenda. He goes into the fridge going, hey, Huey, look at this. And there's nothing. There's no meat in there whatsoever. But they get spooked and they hear some growling coming from the door next to the kitchen.
What was that?
And so Huey goes over to his moving boxes. And he's going through them, and he goes, hey, Jed, is the guy your mom dating balding, white, and tall? And he goes, yeah, that's exactly him. And he comes over and he's looking. He's like, whoa, that is him. He's like, he's got a twin brother. And so as right when they say that, the wolf man, the werewolf, pops out of nowhere right behind them, and they flip out. They start running towards the front door, and the front door has about 30 goddamn locks on it. So as they're freaking out, the werewolf is just stumbling. Oh. But they go upstairs and they're trying to get through all the doors, but the only door that is open is the one at the end of the hallway. They open up and they realize, holy fuck, this is the dog man's room. They start to barricade it and everything, but in a panic, they try to go to the window to escape, but there's just chicken wire on it. But Jed, at least kind of being smart, gets his crowbar and he's trying to ply it out while his dumb friend has a bone just slapping the shit out of the chicken wire. But the wolf man gets through, and Jed realizes, wait a minute, I got my dog whistle. And so he blows on the whistle. The wolf's just like, oh, oh! And it's kind of sad that he's got just a bed on the floor with a picture of his mom, and they're like, holy shit, let's get the hell out of here. But the neighbor comes up and he says, I see you've met Gordon, my brother. And Huey's just like, I'll see you at school tomorrow, Jed. They're not gonna be friends. They're not friends ever. They're not gonna be friends anymore. Fuck that kid. Actually, no, good for Huey. He's leaving a toxic friendship for this motherfucking psychopath, this narcissistic psychopath makes him do random fucking shit for him. But it goes back to Jed, And he's like, your brother has some real fucking problems. Wait till my mom finds out about this. She's gonna dump your ass for sure. And as he's saying this, the mom walks up behind him and goes, yeah, I know. Kind of fucking weird, but yeah, whatever. I'll still fuck him. So the next scene starts, and it is the mom and the neighbor wearing matching Hawaiian prints or something, and they're cooking some steaks up. The mom goes, oh, thank you, Mr. Anchors. And neighbor goes, why, thank you, Mrs. Anchors. So it's good that they got married. You know, these freaks found each other. The narrator's starting to go over, and he's like, well, the mom and dad go what they want, and also Jed finally got his dog. Also, Jed's wearing the same matching shirt, and he's throwing a bone or throwing a stick, and you see the full moon, and you see the wolfman paw come up and grab it, which is a little weird. It's a bit weird that, because it got me thinking, yeah, he got his dog, but is this like actual werewolf rules where once a month he turns into a werewolf? So once a month you have a dog, and then the rest of the month he's your uncle? He's like your real uncle? Or is this guy like mentally handicapped? He actually thinks he's like a dog? Does he stay werewolf every night? But I love it. It's stupid. It's just fun. It's not like all these other Are You Afraid of the Darks where like every episode is about a ghost. This one, some money went into this one. Some money. One of these people got money. The real horror of this episode is 2 well done steaks.
2 well done.
That's a fucking crime.